Hey guys, it's Peggy here, and today I am going to show you how you can easily create mailing labels for any of your client appreciation mailers. I really liked mailers. They were very easy to do, and it doesn't require a lot of time, and they really stand out because people like getting stuff in the mail. So if you're kind of not tech savvy, this is a really easy way to do your mailing labels. So the first thing you want to do is to find the labels. I always, just bought them on Amazon. I like the Avery brand, and so you can find all the different types of labels that you want in all sizes. This is the one that I usually got with this size 1 inch by 2 5/8 inch, and I like getting the clear ones because usually when I buy envelopes, I would buy colored envelopes. So if I'm doing something for like Christmas, I would buy red and green envelopes. If you want to do something, let's say in the summer, it would be great to get like neon envelopes or something bright. It just helps it to stand out and makes it a little bit more special. But since you are doing those colored envelopes, I always just got the clear labels. So you also want to check to make sure whatever your printer is, if you have laser or inkjet, that also can change which product you buy. So the thing here is, once you pick out the product, then you want to just remember what this code is, because you're going to use that to print the labels. So Avery has a free template design maker. So if you just go to avery.com and click on templates, you can sign into an account. You'll have to make a free account to do the design. But you can just make a free account. And then once you get in there, you can go and you can choose whatever template you want. So we're just going to type in that number, right? The one back here, we saw the 15660. Then you're just going to type that into here, and that is going to come up with this template. So you're making sure that you've got the right template and everything's going to line up. So you can select this template. Then once you select it, it's going to come up with all of these different designs. If you want to just do one of these, that's great. If you want to make your own, you can select your own, and then you can do your own design. So we're just going to keep it simple and do a simple design here. So once you're at this page, the next thing that you want to do, or you can do this beforehand, is to have your list ready. So because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be importing our mailing list from an Excel spreadsheet. So there's a template for that. I'm going to include the link below that you can download this, but it's really easy. You can create it yourself as well. But this is just, the salutation if you want to do Mr. or Mrs. I never did that, but if you want to include that, you can. And then just first name, last name, and then the address. So here's an example of one that I created. So this is all, fake data, but we've got all the information. And sometimes what you'll find is you may have, like, let's say, when you're exporting this from your CRM, maybe, Ava and James are two separate people, right? Like this, they could potentially be two separate people, especially if you're exporting out. So you do want to go through your list and just make sure that, there's only one mailer going to each address, especially if you have like husband and wife or something like that. So here, then you can just put James on this row, and then just delete that. So you want to clean that up a little bit. Also, let's say, you have somebody like Benjamin. Benjamin goes really by Ben. So, you want to update that to how you would actually call that person, not necessarily like what's exactly in your CRM. So you can just update that, make sure that that list looks good with, each one of these being a mailing label. And then once you have all of that, then you can export it as an Excel spreadsheet. Now, the key here is, you can see here, I have sheet 1 and then the example sheet. When you export it, you want to have whatever the first sheet is going to export. So and get uploaded. So you want to just make sure that that's in the first position, and then we can just download the Excel file. So once the file is downloaded, now we can go back and we can import this mail merge. So we're going to click there. We're going to start the import, and we can browse for the file here. Got that one. And so now you can see everything is in here, right? So one, we're not going to do the salutation because we don't have anything in there. And then, you know, the first row contains your column titles. Uncheck this box so they don't print. So we're not going to print that one. So we're going to just go through and just check, okay, there's, you know, all of our people came in and all of this data looks correct. So that's where everything is. So next we're going to go there. Now we're going to arrange our fields. So you can put this in however you want here, like this. So then you can drag and drop. You can put them on the same, you know, make sure there's a space here. So it's going to be first name, last name, then the street address, you know, city, state, and zip. And so what I'm going to do here, right, you're going to add, so city, comma, space, and then the zip code, right? So we're going to put the zip code here. Okay, so that's how it's going to look. You know, so you can rearrange this however you want, but essentially that's what it's going to look like, right? So it can be flexible, however you want it. Then you're going to, you know, you can finish like mail merging this, and you can either, you know, edit all of them at once. So there's a difference between editing it all at once, or you can edit a single one. So let's just finish this up first. Okay, so now you can see that it's all in here on the sheet, right? So then you can go through and just check each one, or you can edit one of them. So let's say Sophia, you forgot, oh, Sophia actually now, you know, has somebody else too, like has a spouse. So you're going to say, oh, this one is really Sophia and John. So you can edit, you can just edit this single one, like that. Now, the next thing that you can do is like, so you can see that it has the 30 labels because it's a whole page of 30 labels. So even if you only have 5, you're not going to use all of these, but you can, but it's going to print as if it was, you know, the entire page. So our next person is Ben Davis. This looks good. So you can go through and just check to make sure each one of these looks good. And then if it's something like that you didn't like, then you can just edit the single one. Okay. Versus the edit all, you know, anything that you change here, then you would be editing the entire thing for each for each person. So let's say, oh, you for some reason you wanted it to be, you know, to have more space in between this, then because you're editing it all, it changes for all of them. Okay. So then you can see in the future ones, like all of these have that change. So just make sure that if you're editing one thing, just put it on the edit one, and then that'll just change it for that specific one. Okay. So that is the labels. And so you can kind of see here also that you get a kind of a short preview. So you can see there's only five names right here, and then all of the rest of this is blank right now. Okay. So let's say now you have it the way that you want it. You know, now you can go to preview and print. So now you can see, okay, this is how it's actually going to print. You know, there, because we have the blanks, but we did add the comma from some of the other ones. You can see that, oh, these are actually still printing commas. So that's one thing why you want to preview this. So let's go back. And then what we can actually do is just edit one, because some of these, the ones that you already printed, you do want the comma in there. But let's say on number 6, we don't, right? So we can delete this this off of here, right? So we can go ahead and delete that. You know, you can go into here and delete those commas. Okay, so you can do it. That way. If you don't have that many, you can just delete the commas out. Or if the other option is, you can just, you know, edit all. Right? You can edit all and then delete this comma in here, and then and just keep it that way too. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're gonna preview this again. Okay, so let's say, so now we have all the commas are gone in here, and then we're looking through and just seeing all the, making sure that each label looks correctly here. Okay. And then I'm just gonna change that. Okay, so everything looks good. Now what we're going to do now is just print yourself. You can let Avery print it for you, but you know, you can print it yourself. Then you can print all. And so what it's going to do is it's going to give you a PDF to print. And so what you're going to need to do after you get this PDF is, you know, open the PDF and then print, and then load your labels into your printer and then print the PDF onto the labels. So my recommendation is to, once you get this PDF, make sure that do a test print, make sure it looks good before you actually print on the labels. And then the other challenge to this is making sure you print on the correct side. So it's not too bad if you print on the wrong side, you know, you just have to realize you have to flip it over. The good thing I like with these Avery labels also is it doesn't matter if you, you know, put it in like this side first or the bottom side, they're like equal. So, so even if you like flip it upside down, it doesn't matter. The labels will still print correctly. It's just if you know, flip it on the opposite side, there's no labels on one side. So you just have to make sure that you get the correct, you know, side to print. But that's it. All then you have to do is just get you know, get your PDF. You can save this if you want or not. And then I'm just going to open this PDF here. Okay, and so see, you have, so this is how you can get all of your labels. Then you just print the PDF onto the labels, and that is how you can print your labels for your client appreciation mailer.